Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? You are tuned in to Witness Legend, the legendary directory edition of Spotlight Tuesday, where we just basically spotlight and highlight and just go all crazy celebrating those entrepreneurs, those artists, those authors that have blaze trails, that are blazing trails, and setting examples for those that want to do the same thing. Today, I have another special guest with me, and when I know all my guests are special, y'all, they're everybody's going to be special to me, but she's really, really special. And everybody will be really, really special. I don't want to leave nobody out. I don't want to be biased. So how can I word this? I've known this young lady for years. We have worked together for years. She is one of the hardest working authors I know. She is very resilient. She is very talented. If you have read any of her works, whether it's her poems or just her statuses on Facebook or whatever, like she's very, very articulate. When I say I love this woman, I love her. I love her demeanor. She's very quiet natured. So when she kind of opens her mouth or you read her writing, you're like, wow, like you wrote that. She goes by the Quiet Storm, and trust me, she is a quiet storm. And I, for one, am just waiting on the day where Mississippi realizes they got a Tyler Perry and better in their own backyard. But until that day, let me introduce to you guys Miss Toni Chevelle.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We have done so many interviews together, but they
Yeah.
just always feel fresh. So I'm just going to say welcome back to just another interview. I'm just happy to have you. And this won't, like I said, won't be a long interview, but I'm so excited for you.
I'm
And
definitely excited to be here.
I'm excited that you have joined this directory, and I'm
Mm.
also excited about what you've got going on. And I know this wasn't part of what I said was going to be part of the interview questions, but inside of the interview questions, as you answer
Mhm.
them, would you mind telling us a little bit about what you got going on? Because things have been
Absolutely.
exploding like little sparks for you. I feel like
Yeah.
in very quiet storm type of ways.
Mhm.
So I'm looking forward to seeing the explosion. But first of all, let me stop rambling like I do when I get excited. Um,
Mhm.
who are you? What do you do?
Ah, who am I? I am author Toni Chevelle, um, from the Mississippi Delta, Greenville, Mississippi, and I am a literary creator, I think is how I would put it. Um, I'm a writer, author. Um, Writing is just what I do. I live and breathe writing.
Wow, wow, wow. So, how long have you been writing?
Oh, unofficially, I've been writing since I was a kid playing with Barbie dolls with my sister. Um, we grew up in the era of watching the stories, as they would call them, the soap operas with mom and grandma and Medea and all of them. And in watching those, when we would play Barbie, we would create our own stories similar to the soap opera storylines. And so as we got older, and we stopped playing with Barbies, but we didn't stop creating stories and writing stories. We just kind of transitioned to a different type of, what we were doing. Um, and that's it. I've been writing since I was a kid.
That is amazing. That is amazing. At what point um, did you feel like you had a gift to write, or at one point did you go from just writing as a hobby to becoming author Toni Chevelle officially?
Well, it started with an English composition assignment in 11th grade in high school. And it was something along the lines of, what did you do over vacation or something like that? I can't remember exactly. But I enjoyed it so much. And then when we presented to the class and everything, and they were so receptive, and my teacher was so receptive, and I was like, I think I may be on to something. This was kind of fun. I like this. And so I started writing, poems and stories and things like that. I think like my senior year in high school, and then as I transitioned to college, I started working on my first book, which has yet to be published. No one has seen this one yet, but I'll tell you guys more about that one later. But and I think that's when it was really sealed that I fell in love with writing. That was the spark, and I knew that that's what I wanted to do.
Wow. First of all, about this undisclosed book, as
Mhm.
I'm kind of offended because why we hiding these books?
Well, this one needs a bit of fine tuning.
Okay.
That's the only reason I haven't,
Yeah. I
put it
can
out there to the
look. I
world. Is it needs a little
understand
fine
that.
tuning,
Yeah, I
but
understand that.
it's coming.
That being said, not listen, completely understand that because you see, I don't know if you see what I see when I talk to you. You know, like when we talk about like the books and the visions, I just it's so much. Like, and I don't.
Mhm.
I know we've had discussions and visions, but when I say it's so much, it's just so much. Like it's limitless. So I'm just,
Yeah.
I mean, you're gold. Like you are literally gold. So that being said, this is another
Mhm.
question I'm gonna throw out because I think you're the first author that I've interviewed. So, and I know we're
Mhm.
still gonna keep this short, but I just want you to briefly give the audience, those that don't know anything about you or are wanting, to know what your books are about. Would you mind just giving them like a synopsis of the books that you have so far, and even what you're working on now?
Sure. Starting with Manna, Mirrors, and Mosaics. I call it Manna for short. It's a collection of poems that I wrote over the years. Some I think in high school and as a young adult in college, and then some later on. There's a few that I wrote for because I write for special occasions for people. They'll be like, well, it's my mom's 75th birthday or my sister's anniversary or something like that, and I'll write something for that. So there's some of those in there. So it's basically just a collection of poems and writings that I wrote over the years. Till Death, Lessons from Life, Love, and I Do. That is an account of my experiences with dating and relationships and marriage and what I've learned from those relationships. Um, there'll be more to come with that because there's so much that I could go into when it comes to relationships and when it comes to lessons learned. So much that I couldn't pack into just that one book. But Till Death, I would say, is kind of like an introduction or an overview of the experiences. So that's that one. Um, Within These Walls is part one of the Meet the Chambers family trilogy. It's a fiction trilogy. It's about this family, and I'm sure we all know someone in our city, in our towns, that family, the It family, the It crew. They've got the looks, the popularity, the money. They're, the go to people. But underneath it all, you would be surprised to learn what really goes on behind the scenes with those family or within the walls of their home. So within these walls is part one. You get introduced to Gregory Chambers and his wife and his daughters. Far From Home is part two of the trilogy, and I call it the seemingly disconnected branch because while we refer to a couple of the characters that's introduced in within these walls, it seems like it's not really a part of their story. But there are hints, you read between the lines, there are hints in there that connect Far From Home to Within These Walls. And so those are the four that are already published, that are already out. And as we speak, I'm working on part three of the trilogy. And I almost released the title, but I'm not sure if we're quite ready to officially release it yet, or have we released it yet. But it's everything comes out, all of the secrets and everything that the family has been dealing with, some surprises, and it kind of unravels everything. And so that's where we are with part three.
I love it. I love it. If you would like to release the title, we can. But I definitely we will be releasing apparently options of the book
Mhm.
cover, which will release the title. So we're
Okay.
gonna have to go out and probably do a poll like we did before
Yeah. Yeah. Because
with the new book cover. So that's amazing. Once again, I just honor you and congratulate you as an author,
thank you.
because so many don't even go that far, and it doesn't
Mhm.
matter. Like I tell people all the time, whether you see your hard work come to pass today as an author or 50 years from now as an author, it's out here.
Mhm.
At this point, it is eternal. It is everlasting. When I was on a webinar, one of the mentors, she said, if you want to become immortal and change people's lives forever, write a book.
Mhm.
So just congratulations again and much success
Thank
as
you.
you pursue, just writing overall. It is a passion, and it's one of the things that I definitely can relate to with that. And I don't write enough. I need to get back to writing, but I love that because it's just one of those gifts. Like, and you can't really explain what it does. It's you just love it. Like you just love it. So,
Mhm.
and it shows by the time and the effort that you put into it, and the investments that you put into it. Like all that shows, and all of that will come to pass. So let me come back. Keep it straight and simple. So that being said, know that you love writing. It's been a passion. I won't even ask you at this point how many years, because we're going back to
Mhm.
childhood. So
Yeah.
we're not even, so for nearly, we could say basically all your life, you probably
Yeah.
just could have came out the womb literally writing. So, that being said, what part of writing would you or could you or have you thought about actually using your writing to give back, or have you foreseen any way that you could serve others with your writing? If time wasn't an issue, if money wasn't an issue, like what would you do and how would you serve, the community with this gift?
Oh, there's so many ways. Um, from the content of the books, like with Till Death, there's people that are in relationships or looking to be in relationships, and they need um, the experiences of others that can help them along the way. Some people are like, well, I'm going through this in this relationship, or I'm seeing this type of thing occurring. And someone with experience in that area who writes about it and shares their story can help someone else. And that's a huge thing for me. If I can help one couple successfully navigate their relationship, then it's well worth it. There's that with the writing. Um, Even with the fiction, writing about, because I like to write about real life situations and, put it in the fiction, and people can see themselves in the story and they be like, "Ooh, I know somebody that went through that," or "My family went through that," or, and they can see how to navigate their way through the healing and you know, just moving their family forward. I can even take it to taking the writing and turning it into a business. And, because the goal is TV, films, you know, what better way to help my community than to, I don't know, maybe have a film studio right here in Greenville. It's not impossible. So there's a number of ways to take this and just,
Yeah,
and
just
with
right.
that, creating jobs, you know,
Exactly.
creating a whole new tax base for
Exactly.
the area.
Exactly. There is so much, and
Yeah.
you're saying the examples that you're giving are exactly why this directory exists,
Mhm.
because with visions like that, we need each other. We need each other to offer the skill sets. And as being part of Witness Legend, like if you got a skill and you don't mind being a part of this team, like
Mhm.
come on. Even if you don't, I think we subtly bring people in because we don't do everything, but we
Yeah.
offer everything,
Yeah.
because we know that there's somebody out there that can do it for us. And it's
Mhm.
somebody that we probably know, which makes it even better. So, I see that. I see the collaboration of the writers and the filmmakers and the videographers. We've got a videography department like where
Yeah.
we are in this all hometown, and so I'm looking forward to just constantly building. Like this is, I think
Exactly.
this this directory is a good step in fulfilling those visions for the overall community of Greenville. And like I said, of course, this goes beyond because Mississippi is not our only stop, and we know that. But
Yeah.
we know Mississippi is home, so you got to see what Mississippi can pull out because we're there. We're there.
Right.
We have
Exactly.
talents. The gifts and the talents in Mississippi is crazy. So again, let me stop rambling. Um, so I think I've asked you all 4 questions. Last
Mhm.
question is just where can we find you and where can we find your books so that we can read. And by the way, I suggest reading all of them, but my favorite is Far From Home.
Mhm.
It's very emotional. Um,
Yeah.
it pissed me off, like not the writing itself, but
Good.
the circumstances.
Right.
I love the ending. I love the ending. I was like, yes, but um, where can we
Yeah.
find you?
Uh, I am all over social media. I have to laugh at myself sometimes because I'm
You are
just,
so Googleable.
I am. I'm, of course, on Facebook.
Yes.
Author is Toni Chevelle. Um, I'm on Instagram. Author Toni Chevelle there. Um, what else am I on? I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter.
Yep.
I think on Twitter, I'm Toni
Tony
Chevelle
Chevelle.
69. I think that's it. But I'm on
TikTok
Linktree,
too.
so if you go to my Linktree link,
Yeah.
you'll see all of my social media, including my YouTube, which I'm working on building that. Um, but yeah, the Linktree link is the
Yeah.
easiest way to find all of my social media
Okay.
connections. I'm even on TikTok, so you can find me there as well. The
Look,
books you can find, of course, definitely go check out witnesslegend.com/Toni Chevelle. And there you'll see all information about me. And if you scroll down, you'll see the links for the books, and you can find them on Amazon as well.
or books by Tony. I think I just created like a page that has nothing but your books.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I sent that to you.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if I sent that to you. But there is witnesslegend.com/books by Tony. And yeah, all your books are there without like the extra biographies and
Yeah.
interviews and all that. It's just nothing but the book story itself. So the books are definitely available, and I will tentatively say that the next release should be this fall. So y'all be looking
Mhm.
out early fall, late summer for the next release. Okay.
I'm excited.
That being said, thank you so much for your time and much success. Is there anything else that you want to leave with the audience as far as where they can, reach you or anything like that? Am I missing something?
I think we pretty much covered everything. I also do, in addition to my writing, I also do speaking,
Yes.
things like that. So
Yes.
if you want to contact me about that, just inbox me. You can inbox me on my personal page. My government name is Antoinette Corbin. I think it's Antoinette C. Corbin on Facebook. You can inbox me there, or you can go to my author page, Toni Chevelle. You can DM me on Instagram and just hit me up if you're interested in anything like that. I'm available for conferences and,
Yeah.
events, things of that nature. So yeah, that's it. You can just find me anywhere, and I'll be happy to get with you, and we can see what we can come up with.
Cool beans. Well, thank you, Miss Toni Chevelle, for
Thank you.
joining us today, giving us a little bit about what you do and who you are. We wish you much success um,
Mhm.
in that. And I will be definitely texting you. Matter of fact, if I don't text you and I get distracted, text me because I just got some more ideas that I can't put publicly out there, those visions and stuff.
Mhm.
So, yes, thank
Okay.
you so much for your contribution to blazing the trail in Greenville, Mississippi, and being a legendary author from Greenville, Mississippi. Well, from Mississippi.
Thank you.
All right. Well, until next time, I pray that you have an easy, peaceful day.
Thank you. Much needed.
All right. See you later.
See you later.
All
Thanks.
right. Bye-bye. All right, y'all. That's been another edition, episode, whichever you want to call it, whatever we're calling it, of the Legendary Directory with Toni Chevelle. Once again, you can find Toni's books at witnesslegend.com/books by Toni. Honestly, just Google her. Seriously, I don't mean that in a like prideful way. She has been blazing the trail and working hard for the last couple of years, and she's very supportive of OMG almost everybody and anything that's positive and making a difference. So, like I said, she has a really good heart of gold. Um, you can find her if you just Google her. Seriously, Google Toni Chevelle, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So that's been another edition of this, and I'm gonna put my little strolly thing down here. If you are interested in your own interview where I don't necessarily ramble like this, join us at witnesslegend.com/directory, where you'll be added to not only our front page, but you'll also receive an interview like this that will go on our YouTube streams, our Facebook stream, our podcast stream, and you'll also have an ad spot on our personal podcast, In Traffic with My Husband and I. So if you're looking to just sow a seed of donation so that we can continue to help other businesses grow, feel free to join our directory, become a member for a year, and let's grow together. Until next time, be peace and be